My Van and Melonin, and well met indeed. I'm Arachir Galadirthan, head of the modern team behind Divide and Conquer, and welcome back as we continue on as Dorwinion. We are manoeuvring ourselves to prepare for proper all-out war with Mordor, and most specifically the capture of some of their key settlements to take the wind from their sails. We want to drop into Mordor here and take the region, the town which is just there, and give it to Khand, which will then make our eastern border secure. We can focus then more on Dale. And in the west, we're going to build an army. Oh, bugger, hold on. I think she went out. Oh, no, there she is. Bear with me. Bear with me. Sod's law, isn't it? She spends all morning sleeping, and then my lunch break rolls around, so I think, quick, I'll record. And then she wakes up. So that's the cat meowing. Hopefully I cut that out. I'm sure I'll remember. Anyway, we want to take the Black Gate, so that we can trap Mordor within their own high mountainous walls. And then we are okay. At least on our southern part. Then, our attention from Saint-Anouilh will turn on the north. Our ultimate goal, of course, is to capture Erebor and Dale. And ideally see Dale defeated. But in truth, my main goal is just to get Erebor and Dale. But I'm not just going to run straight for them, capture them and call it a day. We're going to move through Dale and actually try and beat them.
Your orders, my lord.
For now, we're ending the turn. So that's the overview of the campaign, the plan, the goal. I don't want to have to fight Mordor a lot. I just want to try and sweep the leg. If I'm being honest. I want to just, in one foul swoop, or with some precision and speed, try and cut Mordor down to size as quickly as possible. But of course, they're going to do everything in their power to keep attacking us, threatening us, just being downright nuisances, which is what they will do. I'm surprised Khand isn't throwing more at them, but I assume Khand is also at war with Harad, and Harad have less enemies, so they will be throwing everything at Khand. And it is probably taking all of Khand's power just to not lose to Harad, because that's a bit of a bugger. It's a bit of a problem. But we should be alright. Oh, a weaponsmith guild. Mount Gundabad is overrun. Are they defeated? Oh, doesn't look like they are. Viduhar's Glory has built some farms and moves on. Ilanin got a garrison quarters and now also can move on. Although Ilanin, are you going to be able to build anything else? No, you need to be a stronghold. And where are you? You are so far away from it. It's painful. Oh dear. We can at least get a barracks. That will give us at least the troops that we want for now. So we'll just keep queuing up the military buildings there. Dwarves of Khazad-dûm quite like us. Dol Guldur has been besieged and Fornost has been assaulted as well. Retinue expands on some of our units. I built another spy somewhere, didn't I?
My lord.
He's in the plain of Lithlad, so you're going to go on and find our quarry.
Continue tomorrow.
But then there's another one somewhere, isn't there?
My lord.
You're up there.
My lord.
Ah, you've trained with that much subterfuge. That's insane.
My lord.
Well, welcome, Ingmar. I'd like you to go and do what he was doing.
I shall continue tomorrow.
And just hold that spot. We will attack Mordor, but let's just see what's going on in the west. Those troops can get down. You can flank around, hopefully. Yep, you'll be there in a turn. More forces. If they leave us 2 turns, then we get the Rangers as well. Our reinforcing army is on its way, a Sabian.
Yes.
And that'll come swifter when Othelbed upgrades, which is... We are closing in on the upgrade of Othelbed. Oh, we could chuck in some chicken farming, actually. Oh, which we will do, because that will be ready on the next turn. Or ready to start building on the next turn.
Yes.
Frothir, you are going to just continue building towers and covering all of Ravanion in sight. But for now, I think we do have to go for Mordor. You're heading south to support. Your troops are needed. Strondost is training some more backup forces, but again, they're all going south. We just need as many troops as we can. As long as we have a general, our army will be so much better than anything that Mordor have to offer. So that's what we've just got to try and focus on. We could have could do with... Oh no, a Sabian's going to lead that army down there, isn't it? Because I was just thinking this fellow here. I'm sure we've already got enough generals on our northern army. Viduhar's going to lead it. And there's Brandir going with him.
Orders.
Inwar, is there a fort or somewhere you could go and sit in? Oh, why don't you go move south and become the garrison commander of Enmahath? That should do. Still getting money where we can in the other cities. Right, all we can do is end the turn again, but we will attack first. Ah, no,
Your
Thane.
orders, my lord.
Yes, of
With
course.
honor, this tower will keep vigil over the lands. This tower will
Sight
keep
range of the
vigil over
forests as much as
lands.
it... I mean, it doesn't really help because
Honor.
they hide in the forests, of course, but wherever we
Yes,
can get it,
my
we'll
lord.
get it. Captain
Shall
Sharthak.
engage.
More trash, but this time they've got a ballista crew, but no elite Númenóreans to speak of. But the problem is that if we auto-resolve, when I fight this, we're going to lose probably 150 circa. We're going to lose circa 150 men. However, if we auto-resolve, we'll lose hundreds and hundreds of men, and it will be a complete misrepresentation. So we are going to have to continue fighting these. Sorry, stitching the side of my head. Oh, this is one of those wonderful situations where the road just stops in the middle of nowhere. Does it carry on again on the other side of the hill? No. No, it does not. I'm not really sure why. Where have we met the enemy? Just outside of Enmaha. Interesting. Very interesting. Anyway, we're attacking them, so they're going to try and use the trees for cover. So let's have a look. Line you guys up. Line you guys up. Let's be defensive, please. General, let's be firing at will. Get them off of running away. And our defensive line, we'll just line up and walk towards them. The cavalry will rush in and deal with the ballista crew. So, Avalyn, you have a key role to play here today. Are they going to be standing in front of us? Yes, they are. Are they going to move towards us? We'll find out shortly. Avalyn, let's get you involved and get you involved sharpish. Yep, they are just going to stay there. Right, let's move forward then. And I think we're probably going to want to run. Yeah. And everybody run. Avalyn, in we go. Unfortunately, they're in the trees, so our large ranged advantage is cut right down. But then it does also give us cover from their archers, because they'll have quite a lot of archers. We're not here for the archers. We are here for one purpose. The ballista crew. There they stand. Go. Shut them down. Take them out of the game, please, Avalyn. Pikes displaying their stupid speed when they're not in pike wall formation.
Good tidings. The enemy general lies
The
dead.
enemy general was the ballista crew. What? Right, pull out before any melee forces turn around and get you trapped. Those Orc scouts are running away, but into us. I'm not really sure what their plan there is.
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
There we are. We've pulled them into to charge at us now. Our range is getting involved. You guys are re-maneuvering. The ballista crew. There are still enough of them to do some damage, so we've got to watch out. But we'll wait and see if they try and return to their ballistas. I'm ready. They have got an archer unit here. Orc missiles that are firing at the moment as we speak. But we can shut those down with our elven riders. In they go. Shooting each other more than the scouts, I should have thought. Just take out those scouts for me if you would. Crossbows, you are going to perform the role of shooting them in the back, coupled with capturing anyone who tries to run away. Just waiting for Avalyn to finish killing off those Orc scouts. Oh, you have finished. You're just chasing them down now. The ballista crew, I don't think, came back to pick up their siege weapons. No, they did not. So, Avalyn, if you go for those Orc archers, which we can't even see because of the damned forest. There we are. Orc Maulers in the rear, please. What are we on? 45 plays 5%. We might take more losses because this enemy here is... Mordor obviously are an inherently melee faction, and we don't have very many melee forces, so in holding them here while the rest of our forces can do what they do best, we may take some losses. Also, we're definitely shooting our own cavalry there. That's not ideal, is it?
The enemy army flees the field. Pursue and run them down.
Right, ceasefire. Avalon, if you would come and capture some of the bigger battalions. Everything that gets away regroups and comes back again later, so. But this is the bulk of their army fleeing here. 86. You may still be able to hear Callie the cat meowing from the other side of the door because she does not like being shut out when she can hear human activity. But unfortunately, when she's near you, she's so pleased to be around human activity, she meows anyway. So she's got to stay over there where you hopefully can't hear her. 100 lost exactly. That's fantastic. Sharthak lost his entire battalion. 143 Avari warriors claiming the top spot. Not great number of kills. A wonderful team victory, if you will. Everybody pulling together to ensure that Mordor can go back where they came from and rot inside their ashen graveyard. That's the plan. Anyway, I don't really mind actually fighting Mordor because you do get these fantastic and outrageous victories because of how trash their army is. It's always nice to make yourself feel a little better, isn't it?
Triumphed.
Your orders, my lord.
Now, those reinforcements that are coming through, we will just hover around here and pick them up in a moment.
Yes.
Go and entice the enemy. Go and invite them to attack us. Because we all want to be the defensive army because of the makeup of our
Your orders,
units.
my lord.
Otherwise, it's just another end turn, isn't it? Oh, Varfest, what are you building? Catapult maker. Do we really want a catapult maker? I don't think so. That's a bit niche, really, isn't it? Let's go for the barracks. Oh, the militia armory might work as well. Actually, the militia armory probably does not work. And some people have been reporting, of course, certain settlements not having garrison units when they are attacked. And I recently realised the reason is because in order to allow the garrison buildings to have different requirements depending on if they're in a town or a castle, they are in fact two distinctly different buildings. The garrison hall, open brackets, castle, and the garrison hall, open brackets, town. And in the script file, it requires us to choose the correct building depending on whether or not that region is a castle or a town. That decision was taken by the person who actually made the garrison script, whose name escapes me, but it was years ago. He wasn't actually a member of the DaC team. The garrison script is was its own mod, and we added it. And then we did amend it to include the building, though. So the garrison hall building thing is actually our own thing. But anyway, we set up a castle version and a town version. And as you can expect where this story is going, if we changed a region to a castle or changed a region to a town, and whenever we have done that, I can tell you categorically that we did not update the garrison scripts. And that is why sometimes random regions do not have garrisons of any type, because the game is looking for the castle building in a town or the town building in a castle, and thus not finding anything at all, so it doesn't work. But it has been fixed in version 4. In version 4, everyone uses the same building. So it does now mean that villages, actual villages, can now build an armory building, whereas previously they couldn't. Eastern Folly got a great haul, as we'd hoped. It brings up our free upkeep once we actually arrive there. That's so low, we really need to get on that. And Othelbed got a leather worker, so we can get some armoured versions of them. We might as well train everything you've got, actually, and send it south. That'd be useful. Any troops are useful if we can. And you guys, if I can take those two, and again send them south.
Your will, my lord. Yes, orders.
And then that'll be the anti-mortar army. Although that army there really does need to
I
die.
will not waste words on you, my lord.
Isn't there a general coming?
My
Yes,
lord.
Inwa.
Yes,
If you take
continuing tomorrow.
all of those, let's see how you are on the auto-resolve. Go and kill this
Marched our
Sartak.
limit.
We can chuck another unit in there, but it doesn't really matter. I could do with more boats as well. Something I've noted. We don't really have very many. Oh, and a Mason's Guild House would be good here, because it's going to have a lot of buildings. Let's build it before that. Let's build it next, in fact. Theaton, you can't give me a ship yet, but I would really like one. And you'll need the Mason's Hall in time. Or did I already build the Mason's Hall? Oh yeah, look, we're at Master Masons. It's as high as that will go for a while. That's good.
Orders.
Sabian draws near,
As you wish.
and as does our reinforcements to the city itself. But for now, you're going to stay outside the city.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Oh,
stick
more
you.
temple units, and this time they're bloody well mounted. This battle's going to be much harder,
Your orders, my lord.
but it must be done.
As you
Oh,
command.
wow, yeah, no, an actual army. Loke Gamprim, Temple Knights, Marksmen, and Morgul Chosen. That's such a good Mordor army. But they've not given themselves a general, meaning it will just die. But we're attacking from the north. Our reinforcements will be coming in from our left.
Muster your courage,
Alright, let's do
men. We march into battle.
I saw some comments yesterday suggesting that showing concern, of course, not necessarily for me, but for the wider populace, that I was still, quote, moving about. Because, of course, I mentioned that I was in London on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And yes, in the United Kingdom, we are not restricted yet. There is no... at the moment, they are just advising people to stay indoors. And the schools are going to close next week. And... oh, we don't want to be in defensive mode. Oh, we want to link up with our army. And the advice for people at work is that if you are in a job that you can feasibly work from home, then do work from home. The only time you will be actually told to go indoors is if you show the symptoms. So if you actually got any symptoms of the virus, then very much the advice is you need to go at home. And it's not, that one is very strong. That one is very much, you will be sent home if you show signs of the virus. But no, otherwise we are free to actually still just walk around and do what we like. There's the reinforcements. Come on, lads. Now, I have told them where to go once they get in, and it does work. The only thing that annoys me is you can't tell them to run when they're not on the battlefield. I've never understood why. But for whatever reason, the game does not like units running until they're fully in the game. But here's our foe. I think this is the... We fought on this battlefield before, didn't we? We fought on it last time. We've got to watch out, because those Temple Knights are going to cause a real problem. And they had 2 units of them, didn't they? That means the other one is hiding in the trees up there, almost certainly. I'm sure it was 2 mounted. There's a Morgul Chosen, looking very nice. There's that armour that everyone lamented was removed from Angmar. And then the Loke Gamprim standing at the front. Runes offering to Mordor. Anyway, I should stop spinning the camera around because it slows down the movement speed. It's very disappointing that he's Silver Surfer. I could go into the files and fix that actually, and it would take all of about 2 seconds. But I just don't like editing the files of the ongoing campaigns. Even the most minor edit often has horrible and unforeseen repercussions. Particularly with the turn times. I've never really understood why, but it's something that I've witnessed and seen. Yes, there's the cavalry, and they are now preparing, taking a wider view. Right, we need to actually think about how we're going to line this up. So, anti-cav units, you are so important today. You're going over there. We're going over there! That leaves no one to stand in the front line, so archers, I'm afraid you're going to have to cover yourselves. No, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. Archer-based units form up into a line like that. Cavalry, get yourselves over there. You've gone into shield wall. Perfect. Charge out and hit them. Everyone that can, please do run. Oh, I haven't told you what to do. You go and shoot those Urks. Are you really our only defensive units? Oh, shield wall has hit the Temple Knights. Paladins going wide. You're going to be very important today. You guys come and form a line like that. And archers, if you would come up behind.
Defeat seems almost certain.
You guys charge in. You pull across. If the ground troops aren't going to do anything, then just let them. Let them run away. Crossbows, please, 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 please shoot those Temple Knights. They've come all the way from Durthang. Nice. One enemy unit died. That's the kind of numbers we want to see. Is that an enemy unit? No, they're Thaler Rangers. Don't be running away. Right, shoot wherever you like. The enemy's cavalry is coming in. Nice, that slowed them down just enough. No, it did absolutely nothing, and we've lost those rangers. What are you? Uruks, charge those. Temple Knights running over there. You go for it. Temple Knights armor piercing. No, they just frighten things and they improve their own units. You're supposed to fire at what you like. Units surround them, please. Oh, this is going to be such a challenging battle. Our cavalry's going to have to pull so much weight today. Good charge, Paladins. Good charge. You go for those Temple Marksmen. You pull back on those Uruks. You are shooting those cavalry, please. Oh, you're set to run away. Yeah, that's fine. They can take the brunt, and then you shoot them. Hitting those archers. They're coming back on those Uruks. You are taking that unit down, please. That's worked wonderfully. The Loke Gamprim have turned around to come back. Keep going, keep going, keep charging, keep cycling, keep cycling. I don't know who the enemy general actually is, but the quicker we can bring him down as well, the better. Those Temple Knights have done quite well, but in charging, they've locked themselves in place, and they're not pulling out. And of course, we are going to lose all of our Athala Rangers, which is a real shame.
Dead. Without their general, they may lose heart and flee.
No, we're in the game. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. Edwardwin will keep us together.
Pray something changes in the course of battle, for defeat seems almost certain.
Take those marksmen out. You guys must have killed those Temple Knights now, surely. 2 left. All right, that's enough. Pull out, pull out. Need you to hit the Chosen. Oh, nice charge on those marksmen. You're pulling down there. Pull through them.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Those Temple Knights have taken out all of our Athala Rangers, but they're paying. And those Uruks are paying because they're letting them get shot in the back. Although those Temple Knights are moving in to disrupt us. Don't hit the Loke Gamprim. Don't hit the Loke Gamprim. Right, you go for those Morgul Chosen. You
Only
come
half
down.
Our force remains.
Now we want the Loke Gamprim dealt with. Keep shooting at those Uruks. Come on, Paladins. Nice. Nice. Cutting through them like butter. And then next. Cycle. Once one is done, another pulls away. Where you can hit those Uruks. Oh, wow. That looked like it did nothing, and it has actually been incredibly effective. The beacon of our shining general is leading the way. 4 Athala Rangers survived that. Only 4. you're away. Go back in. Right, you just shoot them. You just shoot them. You can't actually shoot them. We'll run you over there. Not enough of those rooks left.
The battle seems to be
that one's their general.
favor. From such tidings does victory emerge.
The orc mounted on the horse over there. We need those Loke Gamprim shut down now. Where's our cavalry? Over here. Right, we've got the units routing, the enemy's running away. But their heavy cavalry persists.
Our men have slain the enemy general.
Ah, yes.
Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
My biggest fear is the Gamprim. Oh, and Temple Marksman, I completely forgot about that. Right, you go for the knights. You guys pull through there. Run yourselves over there into a better position. Take those Temple Knights, you come closer, and then now we're just shooting these, aren't we? We're all shooting the Loke Gamprim.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
As much as we can. As our archers are taking losses, though, we should probably charge. Go for it. Send in the general, he replenishes. Nice! And they're routing as well.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
I don't know who's still fighting then. Oh, the Temple Marksmen, of course, of course. They don't tend to run away, do they? Although one of them's down.
We awed
And the
by the
other's gone.
victory we have won
Yes,
here
just as
today.
reinforcements are coming through. That's perfect, because that was bloody ridiculous. Imagine how much damage that army would have done if they had a general. 310 paladins, as expected. Mordor has the potential to do so well, and they squander so much. But this is version 3. Well, it isn't, is it? This is a sort of 3.5 that you're watching at the moment, of course. And so Mordor can be defeated by conquest alone. You don't have to use the ring to destroy them as of version 3. I'm only saying that because of previously, of course, they just fight on forever and ever and ever. But at least this way, you can actually finish them off. I shouldn't have moved you closer. You're never going to get there in time. 6 turns until we get that, but we're just so far from our culture. We have the highest culture building now. Ah, except the shrine, which needs a... Why does that need a stronghold? That's annoying. The militia armory is also arguably a waste of time because we're attacking them before they can siege us, before any sort of siege takes hold.
Orders. Your will by your command.
And so the armory is useless.
Continuing later.
In truth. Ah, Logarth, that's where we got the weaponsmith guild. Brilliant. More troops to come through, please. I'll take the ones that don't have the weapons for now. I just need troops. Mordor are just going to throw troops at me, and I'm just going to throw troops right back at them. That's all we can do for the moment. That's the game plan.
This tower will keep vigil over.
Yes, my lord.
We'll have one either side of the river. What the hell? Ah, Rovanion is in our hands. I've renamed places like Rovanion because, of course, Rovanion is this entire region from the very top corner almost all the way down to the Anduin River. I've always considered Rovanion ending at the borders of the Mirkwood, but many maps I have seen, Rovanion is basically everything from the Misty Mountains to the farthest east. Well, till Rune, really. So to have a region called Rovanion is just wildly inappropriate. So I tend to rename these to like Central Rovanion or Rovanion proper is a term I often use. Ered Luin, for example, there's an Ered Luin proper now. I just think that has a bit of mystery to it. It sounds quite nice, doesn't it?
Your orders, my lord.
Your will, my lord. Heart, my lord.
Now that Mordor army is going to attack our reinforcements, almost certainly, but not if we go and stand next to them.
Yes.
Then they won't.
Your
And I really want them to go... No, I don't want them to go
Your
into
orders.
Enmarth. Why don't I just stand on them? That was so silly.
Assembling a mighty host.
There we are. I don't want to attack that one yet. I wanted to siege us and then we can hit them in the siege.
My lord.
Tay, you might as well hang around, Can, because we're going to
Without
gift
question,
them
my lord.
the province once we take it.
My lord.
Why can a spy not slip across a bridge? That's ridiculous. Ah, but that'll have to do.
My lord.
Right, so give it one more end turn. If we're attacked, I'm afraid I will save it and end it there as I am coming to the end of my lunchtime. As you may have guessed, I am currently at home working from. Which is, I'm very grateful to my employer that I can do that. Especially after having spent 3 days in London, and it can take between 5 and 14 days to display some symptoms. But something that's rather worrying is that a very high percentage of people are said to be asymptomatic with COVID-19, which, if you're unfamiliar with that word, means that you can carry it and pass it on to other people without having any symptoms of your own. And I think that's something that separates my knowledge of my knowledge of this kind of area is not very good. And it's something that I keep meaning to look up. But I think it's something that separates COVID and the flu is that you can't be asymptomatic with the flu. I think, to my knowledge, if you've got the flu, you will have symptoms of the flu. So you can't just pass it on to someone else without ever knowing that you had it. Dol Guldur besieged. Alkfud has been sacked.
Orders.
Mordor did not attack. They've moved off to try and get Enmarth, which is just madness.
Yes, my lord.
We'll attack them on the next turn.
My lord.
Your orders, my lord.
Just move
Yes,
south for the moment so you're not standing on top of Villoric.
Orders.
Inwai, your quarry awaits, and you could build me some towers as well. I don't like having no sight range in those
My
regions.
lord. March to exhaustion, continuing later.
Our Othala Rangers came through, and the other ones actually replenished quite
Yes,
nicely.
my lord.
But while there are no Mordor forces around, do go and sit inside the castle. It's a shame we can't get a better blacksmith. Is that again because we're not the right type of castle? No. Should we do some forced movement so that we can upgrade and see what a Dorwinion castle actually looks like? Because otherwise we're never going to see, are we? Oh no, Santanwi's a starting stronghold, isn't it? That's 3,000. Let's do it. What the hey? Add population Sant-Anwi minus 2,000. So there we are. We've taken 2,000 people out of Sant-Anwi and we are moving them to Varfest. So we want to change that, and I don't think you need the accent. It should just be Varfest. Although we might need the accent, so let's do it. Varfest. Let's see what happened. Yes, we got our 5,380 people. And at 2.5%, that's much better. Although I would quite like to upgrade, to be honest. I'm sorry if you really dislike this level of cheating, but you used to be able to do this in Rome, actually, didn't you? You could... Our Coruscant actually has purpose. Mistrand, we can't upgrade you anymore, can we? No, I don't think so. Oh, no, yes, we can. You will upgrade too. Strondost is only a castle. We don't want to take them from there. Theaton's only just gone to a town and is a very wealthy region. We don't really want them from there. Somewhere like Logarth, you're never really going to be a... Oh, you've only got 800. Or what of Viduhar's Glory? No, Viduhar's Glory has an apostrophe which shuts down the box. Ilanin is only a castle with just absolutely. It's going to have to be Coruscant. We're only going to take about 800 people, so. So minus. Oh, we'll make it 1,000. Minus 1,000 from Coruscant. Da-da, and then Varfest, gain 1,000. There we are. And it'll be our first... We might have to get rid of that because I really, really want the stronghold. It'll be our first actual stronghold. The one first that we've built. Although we've cheated to get it, but I just want a stronghold. Vilter did build roads as well, so we've got more movement speed through the centre, which is always very nice. I'll take a mason tool once we've finished. Burst South has built a great hall and has a long list of things that it's building in preparation for should Dorwinion Dol Guldur attack us. Sorry.
This
Yes, my lord.
this
Your orders, my lord.
Right. That's all of that side covered in towers.
Yes, my lord.
Frothere, how good are you? Average.
Your orders, my
So's
lord.
Thane.
Yes, my lord.
Frothere is
Your
slightly
orders, my
better
Yes, my lord.
as a governor, but
Your
also
orders,
slightly
my
better
lord.
as a general.
Yes,
So it's
my
just
lord.
generally slightly better. But of course, we've got a Sabian
lord.
coming down from the north.
you
Ah,
wish.
massive movement speed buff.
Continuing
He's only
tomorrow.
2 turns away now.
My lord.
Captain Brand's moving
As you
in.
wish.
Your
Thane,
orders,
if you
my
go to
lord.
Logarth, and we'll set you up as the
Yes.
sort of governor of the west in case anything goes
Yes,
off.
my lord.
And Frothe, we have so many generals. If you go to
With
Rawberg,
honour,
and again, you can be a
making
sort of
camp
northern
here.
governor, and we'll wait. We'll think about what to do in time. Get more units again. As we move up to the army barracks and the knight stables, which is brilliant. We can then get our paladins retrained. But for now, that is going to end this episode. So thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. I do hope you've enjoyed as we meander our way through Dorwinion's sort of strange mid-game. But until we speak again, Navarne den Pedemad Melonin, and farewell.